Hello everyone and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives hit us with 2 new dangers to Sloan's child trade also. One thing has become extremely clear about Gabi. The child trade overwhelmed quite a bit of Days of Our Lives this week and kept on giving us champion exhibitions, while clarifying that regardless of the number of dangers to her falsehood Sloan that squashes, there will constantly be more springing up. And keeping in mind that a few stories like Everett's Secret just increase, obviously others are slowing down for the new year. Raised shock indeed, Ariane Zucker has killed it this week as Nicole's been compelled to acknowledge her child's demise. I've said it before, but making her immediately aware of what happened has really made this story stand out from being a boring retread for me. She is alone and isolated because no one believes her, and she is now unsure whether she should even believe Eric and Nicole with dismay as they hold the envelope with DNA test results furthermore. I was dazzled with the DNA goal that was astute, even though I kind of have to laugh because there isn't enough DNA in a toothbrush and Nicole is right there. So why can't they just swab her cheek or something? How much DNA do you need? I'm willing to disregard those criticisers in light of the fact that it was simply sharp the way in which they received in return. We are all aware that using EJ's DNA would not work because he is not the father, or it just supported Sloan's lies immediately. Likewise, the shell-stunned look all over after Nicole left was precious. I see this coming to an end in one of 2 ways right now. One, Leo gives in and eventually tells Nicole, not right away, in spite of his appearance up at Nicole's entryway. However, perhaps the culpability gets to him. It would give him a person's support in light of the fact that the show's actually battling to make him a feasible long-haul character after his scumbucket start. However, contrasted with Dimitri, Nicole opens the demure front way to a reluctant Leo. Will Sloan's lies be put to an end by Leo? Or on the other hand too, somebody wipes out the safe and finds the DNA test that Sloan might not have changed out. They glance through it only just for fun. See, EJ isn't a match and understand that discredits the evidence that Jude isn't Nicole's. I'm simply not certain what direction the show would head. Instead of dragging Sloan's lies out for longer, the second would explode them all at once. The first could make for significantly more noteworthy. EJ fierceness, assuming he's given chance to bond with the child prior to learning Jude isn't his. What's more, definitely, I'm overlooking the lawyer cliffhanger from Friday. Sloan's lied right out of all the other things. She'll lie right out of this. A lying web, so Everett conceded that he's visiting the area to get Stephanie back. Also, Jada at last uncovered that he was her ex. I've been willing to fully trust his unconsciousness story, yet I'm beginning to contemplate whether he has more mysteries frowning at Everett as he opens his lodging entryway with a more say thanks to God. Stephanie's at long last moved out. Their battle was late, and that line she gave Chad about how she's not some eccentric lady running off to whomever tempts her was a merciless call out of how unfairly Chad's been treating her. His enviousness is out of hand. I realise Stephanie isn't precisely a fan number 1. However, she's been given somewhat of an extreme go since she returned to town, first engaging with Alex, who people either love or can't stand, and then continuing on with Chad while he was all the while lamenting losing Abigail. What's more, attempting to take up a relationship with the phantom of one of the show's most famous current couples, Everett, in my opinion, could work well together to free her and make her interesting on her own. She needn't bother with to be brought together with a heritage character for resilience since she is one herself. Additionally, pairing her with an investigative journalist could provide a wealth of additional intriguing opportunities for the two of them to get into fights, just as her parents did. He's absolutely better compared to Chad I can't choose what I need to be and Alex I need cash and power. What's more, hello. It worked with Chad when Abigail was the analytical writer. Out of the picture and therefore irrelevanty, think Victoria Beauty is working effectively with Wendy's grieving, yet it simply isn't hitting like it ought to. We haven't seen her in a very long time. And she's about the one in particular who truly minds I passed on. The majority of his death was covered up right away, and if only a few characters care, it's hard for viewers to care. Sits impassively across from Clyde, who is scowling. They celebrate their daughter's birthday with Ariane Zucker and Kyle Lauder. Dimitri and the drug cartel that Paulina is obsessed with are definitely taking up too much time for the police. There's no late equity in the cards at any point in the near future. Be that as it may, since they have turned to Clyde and he's currently utilising Gabi's detainment to get Stefan to do his offering. On the off chance that this murder returns to Clyde again some way or another like Abigail's did, I might go crazy. Stefan and Ava need to sort out some way to take him out for good. Be that as it may, I must express, with however much Stefan keeps Gabi up front, I truly think the show's bringing her back as a recast. This exit was so bizarre that it left almost nothing hanging. Perhaps they'll allow it to haul out for some time, or perhaps they simply had to delay to track down one more entertainer to step in. However, I see no world in which Gabi doesn't return generally goodbye soon. Right. I'll say Constantine staying around too long for me. I approve of stories taking as much time as necessary, yet his dangerous fullness, prepared with a reason for everything, is beginning to grind on me. Maggie, get him to the side. I cherish Teresa's well-honed remark about how he should have been visible as a gold digger as well, yet I'll be cursed in the event that he didn't turn that around with Maggie for a little humble control. Days Maggie and Constantine going head-to-head with Teresa and Alex at the bar since John and Steve have film of Teresa. However, this must wrap up soon. Enhance the photo is I know that is not a genuine article, but rather nor is any of the other Salem science. However, I don't see Constantine even referenced in the following week's spoilers. So I get it's not occurring 1 week from now. Perhaps they're holding it for the year's end. It tends to be either a Christmas or New Year wonder that will include Xander figuring out he truly is Victor's child and Alex getting Justin back continued existence into the new year is one thing I do not foresee. Please, stray considerations. I love the way Rafe discusses his 3 bombed relationships as he's pushing to move Jada in with him. Yes, just like with you and Nicole. Rushing relationships is a winning tactic. Days Rafe and Jada talking in bed, recollecting as the world turns on a lamentable commemoration Vivian counsel on the telephone with Stefan for him to quit adoring Gabi and Clyde won't annoy him any longer stimulated me. I practically similar to Alex with Lisa. In any case, I don't have a clue about that it's fundamentally the characters to such an extent as Emily O'Brien and Robert Scott Wilson's science. Perhaps attempt Alex and Gwen again when she returns. Paulina ought to have been taken that chief work they drifted for some time back. Because as mayor, she seems to only care about the police quarrelling about who has more straightforward admittance to a professional killer appeared to be a piece constrained. Come on, if both of you truly needed one, you could get one. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.